Did you know that abstaining from masturbation in your later years can result in some surprising changes in your body? As we age, it's easy to overlook the importance of self-pleasure, thinking it's something that no longer holds value or necessity. However, many older individuals are unaware that their bodies still gain from such stimulation, albeit in different and deeper ways than they may have experienced in their youth. It's not just about the physical aspect of release. It plays a vital role in keeping various bodily systems functioning well, maintaining emotional balance, and preserving a sense of connection with one's own body. In today's discussion, we are going to delve into 6 significant changes that can occur in older men when they completely stop masturbating. Some of these revelations may come as a surprise, highlighting everything from physical transformations to subtle emotional shifts. Each point we explore tells a broader story about how our bodies age and what they continue to require. So stick around, especially for the last point, as it might completely reshape your understanding of your health, confidence, and independence. This conversation isn't about feeling embarrassed or ashamed. Rather, it's about acknowledging and honoring your body while understanding how to navigate the aging process with strength and self-awareness. So let's dive in. First up, let's discuss the weakening of the pelvic floor muscles. One of the lesser-known consequences of refraining from masturbation as one ages is the gradual degradation of the pelvic floor muscles. These muscles are not typically on the daily radar for most men, but they are crucial for various functions, including bladder control and sexual performance. When these muscles aren't activated regularly, particularly through the contractions that occur during arousal and orgasm, they gradually lose strength and tone. At first, you might notice minor issues, like a little leakage when you cough or sneeze, or perhaps a more frequent urge to visit the bathroom. Over time, these small annoyances can escalate into more significant concerns. For some older men, this muscle weakening can lead to incontinence or difficulties in both achieving and maintaining an erection. This isn't necessarily just a result of blood flow or hormone levels. It often stems from the muscles that support these functions becoming idle. Think of your body as a machine. Parts that are not in regular use tend to stiffen, weaken, or even break down more quickly. The pelvic region is no exception. It requires consistent engagement and stimulation to remain functional. While activities like walking, stretching, or light exercise can be beneficial, the specific contractions that occur during sexual release provide unique advantages for this area. There's also a psychological aspect to consider. As the pelvic floor weakens, it can lead to a sense of loss of control, which can be quite unsettling. Many men report feelings of embarrassment, diminished confidence, or even shame, which can spiral into deeper emotional patterns, such as social withdrawal or a decreased drive to engage in physical activities. What starts as a minor physical issue can quietly seep into your mindset and daily habits. This isn't about trying to reclaim your youth. It's about maintaining the systems you still possess so that you can enjoy your independence, mobility, and dignity for as long as possible. Just like you brush your teeth to prevent decay, using your body in this intimate but natural manner can help prevent certain declines before they even begin. For older men who cease all forms of masturbation, the first sign of a change may not come from their thoughts, but rather from an unexpected urgency in the bathroom, a sudden leak, or a sensation that their body isn't quite under their control as it once was. The good news is that this is something you can influence. There's no need for a complete lifestyle overhaul. You merely need to maintain a connection with your body and engage with it in ways that feel natural, private, and consistent. That connection, even if it happens just a few times a week, can significantly contribute to keeping your pelvic health in good shape. Moving on to our second point, decreased blood flow to the genitals. When an older man completely stops masturbating, one of the first hidden changes is a gradual drop in blood flow to the genital area. While this may not seem alarming at first, the lack of circulation over time can significantly affect the health, sensitivity, and even appearance of the penis. Just like any other part of your body, this region requires regular stimulation to remain responsive and well-nourished. Without that periodic boost in blood flow, the tissues can start to stiffen or shrink slightly, leading to a loss of elasticity. Some men notice a decline in sensation, while others find that it takes longer to become aroused. Even when erections do occur, they might feel weaker or less satisfying. The real issue isn't just aging. Often, it's the lack of use that speeds up this decline. Blood flow is essential because it delivers oxygen and nutrients while also removing waste products, which helps maintain nerve sensitivity. This principle holds true whether you're 25 or 75. However, as we age, our bodies have to work even harder to maintain circulation. So when you stop engaging in sexual activity, even just on your own, you remove one of the few natural ways to keep that part of your body vibrant and active. Consider what happens when someone refrains from using their hands or legs for an extended period. They weaken, tighten, and become more susceptible to injury. The same concept applies here. If we don't use it, we risk losing it, not overnight but gradually, silently, and often without realizing it until it's too late. This decline also affects your confidence, whether you're aware of it or not. When things in that area don't feel as they once did, it can start to influence how you perceive yourself, your energy levels, and your overall sense of vitality. This loss of confidence doesn't remain confined to the bedroom. It can manifest in how you carry yourself, how socially engaged you feel, or whether you shy away from situations where you previously felt comfortable and connected. It's essential to remember that this isn't about chasing pleasure for its own sake. It's about preserving functionality. When blood flow decreases, your body interprets that as a signal that the area is no longer necessary. However, by staying connected and engaged, even in small, consistent ways, you send a message to your body that this part still matters. In turn, your body responds by keeping those systems alive and ready. If you've noticed a decline in sensation, energy, or responsiveness and haven't been active with yourself in a while, this could be one of the missing pieces. A little attention in this area can yield surprising improvements in how you feel, how you move, and how you connect with your body again. Now, if you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, I encourage you to comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I highly recommend doing so and turning on the notification bell so you won't miss any future videos. Your support is invaluable in helping us continue to create meaningful content for you. Next, let's talk about hormonal imbalance and mood shifts. One of the most overlooked effects of stopping masturbation as we age is its impact on hormones, particularly testosterone, dopamine, and oxytocin. These aren't just terms that doctors throw around. They are crucial chemical signals that help regulate your energy, mood, motivation, and even your sense of identity as a man. When you cease stimulating your body in that intimate way, your brain gradually reduces its natural release of these essential hormones. Testosterone is vital for maintaining muscle mass, bone density, mental clarity, and sex drive. Dopamine helps with focus and motivation, providing that spark of satisfaction that encourages you to get up and take action. Oxytocin, often referred to as the bonding hormone, plays a subtle yet significant role in emotional stability and connection. Even when you're alone, over time, The absence of self-release can create a hormonal lull. You might find yourself feeling more sluggish during the day, experiencing increased irritability without a clear cause, or even feeling mildly depressed. You may sleep more but still wake up feeling unrested. Or you might struggle to get excited about activities that once brought you joy. If you attribute all of this solely to aging, you could be missing a key part of the puzzle. The tricky aspect is that this decline is subtle and slow, making it easy to overlook. When a man's body stops engaging in regular release, even just once or twice a week, those hormonal levels can shift, often to his detriment. Some studies indicate that even occasional sexual stimulation can help keep testosterone levels more stable in older men, which contributes to better energy, clearer thinking, and even stronger bones and muscles over time. Now, this doesn't imply that every older man needs to adhere to a strict schedule of activity to stay balanced. It simply means that your body is always listening. When you cut off one of its natural means of self-regulation, other systems begin to feel the repercussions too, including your emotions. Many older men who entirely avoid self-pleasure start to feel emotionally flat or anxious, often without realizing that part of what's missing is not just the act itself, but the hormonal rhythm that accompanies it. Without regular self-stimulation, your brain doesn't receive that reassuring signal that says, "We're okay. We're alive. We're still in the game." This can quietly affect how you interact with others. You might notice yourself withdrawing, becoming more irritable, or feeling unmotivated to engage in conversations or social situations. You may even lose interest in intimacy, not because the desire has vanished, but because your body no longer feels the drive to pursue it. The good news is that this is something you can gently change. A small return to self-intimacy, without guilt or shame, can help reintroduce those hormonal benefits. It doesn't have to be a dramatic shift. You're not doing it for performance. You're doing it for balance, clarity, and to reconnect with yourself. The objective isn't to turn back time. It's to support the body you have today in doing what it still knows how to do: regulate, heal, and restore. Next, let's discuss the increased risk of prostate congestion. This is one of the more physical yet often overlooked consequences of stopping masturbation in older age. While it may not be a frequent topic of conversation, prostate congestion is a very real concern for many older men. The prostate gland, which is essential for semen production, can become sluggish and congested when regular release doesn't occur. Here's what's happening. Your prostate continues to produce fluid as part of its natural function, even if you're no longer sexually active. When ejaculation doesn't happen regularly, this fluid has no outlet. Over time, this accumulation can lead to a sensation of pressure, discomfort, or even aching in the lower abdomen or groin. Some men report feeling a sense of fullness or experience a dull, nagging soreness, often without understanding the cause. Others might not notice anything until they suddenly do. This issue is crucial to grasp because a congested prostate isn't just uncomfortable. It can also heighten the risk of other problems, such as inflammation, difficulties with urination, or even more frequent trips to the bathroom at night. Research has shown that regular ejaculation, whether through partnered sex or masturbation, can help reduce the likelihood of developing prostate-related conditions, including inflammation and possibly even certain cancers. This doesn't mean you need to be sexually active every day, but consistency is key. Much like stretching your legs after a long period of inactivity, the prostate requires gentle stimulation to function optimally. Without it, it can become like a clogged faucet, still under pressure but lacking an outlet. That pressure can build gradually, presenting itself in ways you might not immediately associate with your sexual health. Here, S where the emotional aspect comes into play. When prostate issues arise, many men tend to blame themselves or feel embarrassed. They may hesitate to discuss it with a doctor or even acknowledge that something feels off. However, this isn't about fault. It's about understanding how your body functions, especially as it ages. There's no shame in recognizing what your body needs and taking action to address it. In fact, being proactive about your prostate health can save you from unnecessary discomfort later on. And more importantly, it can bring you peace of mind. Some older men recount how they went years without any form of release, convinced it didn't matter, until they began experiencing issues with urination or pain they couldn't explain. Once they made minor adjustments and reintroduced occasional stimulation, many noticed not just relief from physical discomfort, but an overall improvement in their daily well-being. Think of it as maintenance rather than indulgence. Not a sign of weakness, but smart care for one of the most overlooked aspects of male health. If you're still watching and finding these insights beneficial, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to do so and turn on the bell so you won't miss any future videos. Your ongoing support helps us create valuable content to inform and inspire you. Now let's discuss our 5th point: increased emotional tension and irritability. Another consequence of avoiding masturbation later in life is one that many men may not immediately recognize: emotional tension. You might find yourself feeling more irritable than usual. Perhaps minor annoyances start to bother you more, or you notice yourself withdrawing from social interactions without fully understanding why. Initially, it may seem like nothing more than a rough day or a sign that you didn't sleep well. But over time, the accumulation of stress without a healthy outlet can significantly impact both your mood and your relationships. Masturbation, particularly in older age, serves not just as a physical act but as an emotional release. It's that quiet, private moment where you can let go of tension and allow your mind to reset, even if just for a short while. This may sound simple, but it can be incredibly effective in lowering stress hormones and giving your nervous system a much-needed break. When that outlet is removed, especially in a life that may already include health concerns, loneliness, or caregiving responsibilities, your emotional reservoir can start to overflow. Because this buildup is internal and often invisible, it tends to express itself in unintended ways, such as irritability, frustration, or an inability to relax. You may not even realize that this shift in your emotional state began when you distanced yourself from all forms of intimate self-connection. For many older men, emotional regulation becomes more challenging with age, not due to a loss of wisdom, but because stressors accumulate while outlets for release diminish. Friends pass on, routines change, and physical limitations begin to set in. Without a release valve, that tension just sits there, searching for a way out. Some men may turn to food or alcohol, while others isolate themselves. Yet one of the gentlest and most natural ways to relieve that pressure is through self-stimulation. It serves as a quiet reminder that your body still functions. Your needs still matter, and your well-being deserves your attention. It doesn't have to be a dramatic act. It doesn't even need to be regular. However, the absence of it, particularly when paired with increasing life stress, can leave you feeling disconnected and burdened. There's also something significant about reclaiming control in your own space. Allowing yourself to express emotions, whether through laughter, touch, or release, is a way of giving yourself permission to feel. In a world that often expects older men to be stoic, tough, or silent, that small act can be incredibly refreshing. This isn't about solving everything with one solution, but recognizing that emotional health is deeply intertwined with physical expression. When you remove one of the most basic forms of expression, your body will find another way to communicate. If any of this resonates with you, know that you are not alone. The good news is that the path back to a balanced state doesn't require changing who you are. It simply asks you to listen gently to what your body and mind might be trying to convey. Finally, let's discuss the last point: losing connection with your own body. When an older man stops masturbating altogether, one of the most quietly damaging effects isn't physical or hormonal. It's the gradual detachment from one's own body. This goes beyond just the biological realm. Over time, when we stop engaging with ourselves physically, we drift away from the simple awareness of how we feel, what we need, and where we still find joy. Many older men express sentiments like, "I just don't feel like myself anymore," or "I don't recognize my body these days." Part of that is a natural consequence of aging, but some of it stems from detachment, this slow withdrawal from intimacy, not just with others but with oneself. When we cease to touch, explore, or even think about ourselves in a sensual or connected manner, we start to treat our bodies merely as machines. We focus solely on maintenance, rather than as parts of ourselves that deserve care, attention, and even admiration. This disconnect often manifests in small ways at first. You might stop looking in the mirror except when necessary, or you may become overly fixated on what's wrong, aches, spots, sagging skin, rather than recognizing your body as something that is still alive, capable, and worthy of appreciation. You might feel less inclined to move, dress well, or engage in activities that once made you feel attractive or confident. At its core, masturbation is a private act of acknowledgement. It communicates, "I'm still here, I still feel. I still matter." When that connection is severed, especially for extended periods, the silence that follows can evolve into indifference, not just toward sex, but also toward oneself. This emotional distance can impact your health in ways you might not expect. Studies have shown that body awareness is linked to better self-care, stronger immune responses, and even quicker recovery from illness. When you stay in touch with your body, not just through logic but through intimate and meaningful experiences, you're more likely to take care of it, respect it, and feel a sense of ownership over your aging process. This isn't about trying to turn back the clock or pretending to be 30 again. It's about anchoring yourself in the present and saying yes to small, consistent reminders that you are still a complete person. You are not just a father or grandfather or a patient at the clinic. You are a man with a body that continues to respond, enjoy, and deserve connection. When that connection fades, your sense of identity can begin to erode as well. You may feel more like an observer in your life rather than an active participant. However, when you take steps to reconnect, even gently and without pressure, you reignite something quiet yet powerful, a sense of aliveness. You don't need anyone's permission to feel good in your skin, nor do you need to justify why you're engaging in something that brings you closer to yourself. You're not broken and you're not past your prime, you're still here. The more you reconnect, the more you will feel that truth resonating in your bones, your heart, and your spirit. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're present. If you haven't subscribed yet, I warmly invite you to do so and